that's happening in Grand Prairie, Texas. We're so excited. We're just facing the fall weather and all of the good things that happen in Grand Prairie under the direction of the two ladies that we have here as our guests today from Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful. And we're just so wonderfully pleased to introduce one more time to you the genius of keeping Grand Prairie beautiful, Tammy Chan.
Thank you, Miss Ruthie. So glad to be here today.
I'm so glad to have you here today. You're always bringing us good news, beautiful news, and excitement to all of the things that you do in your department. That's wonderful. And you brought us a beautiful guest today.
I did.
Would you like to make that introduction for us?
I would, thank you. We are blessed to have a new administrative assistant in our office, Tiffany Hasley. She is amazing, very skilled, and is going to help with some of our programs.
And you have always just really wanted something like that, haven't you?
I have, and the Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful Commission has been instrumental in acknowledging the help that's needed, and
yes,
they found some money in the budget. We have Tiffany at least through December, and I'm praying beyond that because, as you'll hear today, she's rolling a lot of balls and really gets it. So if I can keep her, I hope I can.
Well, between you and Tiffany, I want you to bring and just spread it on as well as you can for the city of Grand Prairie, Texas, with that wonderful, wonderful attitude that you have about keeping everything going just right.
Well, thank you, Miss Ruthie.
You bet. Front and center.
Okay. Well, I'm so proud to be wearing my Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful Adopt a Stream t-shirt. You only get one of these by earning it, and I earned mine, let me tell you. So we have some more of these available for some volunteers who might want to help us with our our fall stream cleanup. So I'll get to that in a little bit. That starts in October. We've got a lot of events coming up. We have two new Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful commissioners. I want to mention Sam Hanna and Fanny Patel. They're great additions to the commission. We had our first meeting on Wednesday, and I think they're going to help us a lot. Some of the upcoming events that we have, if your listeners would like to participate, we would love for them to. Saturday, September 15th is a garden work day. Several gardens, the community gardens, are going to be out pulling weeds, composting, getting ready for their fall plantings. And in particular, the Luckett Community Garden and Tree Farm in the Dowart neighborhood is working on Saturday and Sunday. Now that's dedication.
Now that is real dedication, isn't it?
It is. The weather's getting better. Hopefully it'll hold up. But that garden is 95% senior citizens, and they can come out when the weather's better. And so we do need other volunteers. If you've got kids in your family who are looking for something environmental to do, give us a call at the end of the show. We'll give you our contact information. And then September 22nd is the kickoff, really, for our fall Adopt a Stream cleanup season. Ms. Ruthie, we are partners in the Trinity River Environmental Education Society's several month-long effort to clean up the Trinity River. And I know that's where your heart is what can we do to make the Trinity more beautiful and keep it cleaned up. So 14 cities and other organizations across the Metroplex take a pledge to keep their sections of the Trinity River clean. And it's really a year-long effort, but the cleanup season starts in September, and for us it goes all the way through March when the climate allows for it. And so September 22nd we'll be conducting a really big cleanup along Mountain Creek Lake.
Yes.
That's near the Mountain Creek Park. And access in there is controlled because we've had so much illegal dumping. We installed a berm. Joseph Graves, our environmental code enforcement officer from Code Enforcement, organized a massive illegal dumping cleanup. 77 tons.
Wow.
That's the biggest we've ever had in the city of Grand Prairie that I know of. And we're not allowing it anymore. We have a zero tolerance. No one's going to get in there. And we're going to have to rebuild the road actually to get in there and do this cleanup on the 22nd. And what we're going to go after is the finer pieces of trash that, heavy equipment doesn't get. and we're going to bag it up and move it out of there. We need a lot of volunteers. Saturday, September 22nd, we'll hit the lakefront 9 o'clock. We'll work till 2. We have a free lunch included in that. So that's a big deal. You need to wear closed-toed shoes, long pants. We'll have some bug spray if you feel inclined to use that, and we'll provide everything. You just show up and work.
How dangerous is the downflow that comes in on your Trinity River that you want to clean up? You just get everybody's trash.
We do, and we in Grand Prairie have one of the nation's best stream cleanup programs. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we get asked to explain our program, and most recently by the state of Pennsylvania. They felt like our program is a model to follow, and they interviewed us 3 different times about our Adopt a Stream program. So we try to keep all sections of the Trinity and the watershed clean in Grand Prairie, from the western edge in Arlington to the eastern edge in Dallas. We even actually go into Dallas, parts of Dallas, to clean. Some flows of the Trinity River and steepness of the stream banks are dangerous, and so it prohibits us from actually getting down in some of those areas. So our strategy is to get the tributaries that feed into the Trinity River,
keep them clean.
That's right, so that trash doesn't get there. And so there's over 100 stream sections in Grand Prairie that feed into the Trinity River, all kinds of creeks: Fish Creek, Cottonwood Creek, the Johnson Branch, the Beacon Branch, and we have adopters on all of them, and they do at least one cleanup a year to try to prevent that. Our Mountain Creek cleanups are one of our toughest, but also we do a Fish Creek cleanup off the Beltline Bridge, where 14th and Beltline veer off, and the access is again hard, so we go by kayak and canoe, and that cleanup's coming up in October, and the date for that is October 20th. And we do have some extra boats available, so if there's any groups that want to participate in that. And we bag the trash, and it's too hard to float it all the way out, so we have crews on the bridge with hammocks like you sleep in between 2 trees, and they lower it. We put the trash bags in it, clear back, and they lift it up and clean it. And I'm making eye contact with your audience because I want you to know the trash is getting less and less each year. So I think our Adopt a Stream cleanups that we're doing make a difference. It's just still a lot of floatables. I'd rather prevent it and get people to have, the consciousness not to put their trash out too early because the raccoons and cats and dogs get in it, and then that ends up in the streams. And also the businesses to have the appropriate size trash container so it's not overflowing and blowing. If everybody took personal responsibility for the litter in the city, it would help us a lot.
Do you ever have an opportunity to meet with all of the others that send in their trash to us, and do you have meetings with the people that cause the downflow? Well,
occasionally do. We're looking at the Jefferson carrier corridor right now.
All right.
Because that's the one I have to send the litter crew. We have a full-time litter crew that goes out 5 days a week picking up litter, and we have to send them there more often than anywhere else. And
that's on Jefferson?
Yeah, Jefferson at Carrier. So we're looking at partnering with solid waste and code enforcement to come up with some kind of plan to address the litter through there and work with the businesses. We have some programs that we can get them to participate in. Kroger participates in our Clean Company program, but we don't have some of the other businesses involved. So we do, not as often as we like. Maybe with Tiffany here, we'll be able to do more of that. Got to keep it out of the stream. It's a lot harder to clean up when we do that. I'm going to move on real quick. September 29th, we've got a big event. Actually, I'm stealing their thunder a little bit. It's hosted by the Parks Department, and it's called Monarchs in the Park, and it's at the Summit. And Parks does so many wonderful events, but we're really excited about this. They are going to have kite flying, a kid zone, bounce house, and crafts. garden dedication, butterfly release, butterfly costume contest, and a parade. Food, music, and more. And Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful is not hosting. We're participating. We'll have a booth there, and I'm kind of excited about our booth. We've been collecting seeds from milkweed plants.
Yeah.
And we'll have a seed giveaway and some seedlings that we'll have available at our booth. And if we can get more people to plant these milkweed plants, they're the host plant for the monarch. Now, right now, the monarchs are migrating to the fir trees in the mountains of central Mexico, and their migration, most of them are from the eastern United States flowing through Texas. And they're not in a reproductive kind of thing right now. They're coming through just to survive and get to Mexico where they will overwinter. And
so that they'll get food along the way from us.
Right.
Yes.
And then in the spring, when they do their reproductive migration, if we have those plants available, that's really what the little caterpillars are going to eat.
Yes.
The butterflies aren't eating so much right now. I don't even think they're eating. It's the spring, and now's the time to plant these plants so that they'll be leafed out and ready for the migration in the spring.
In the spring.
And it's a beautiful plant, Miss Ruthie.
Isn't this the first time we've put real great emphasis on the monarch? I know it's not you all that are doing it, but whoever's doing it and you're helping them.
Yeah, you know, I have to brag on our schools right now. Most of our elementary schools are already signed up in the Monarch Watch program. And what that is where the kids follow the migration of the butterflies. Some even actually tag them with these little tags. Tracy Hollis with the GPISD is mostly spearheaded that. And if a school has a garden, they can apply for a certification as a Monarch Way Station, and several of our schools are. So we've had a undercurrent of support for the Monarch, but we've never had a festival.
Yeah.
And I think it's just genius of Rick Harold and probably Susan Henson and her staff. And we're so glad to be a part of it and to have these seedlings to help get those plants going. So it's going to be a great, fun family event. And it's Saturday, September 29th from 10 to 2 p.m. And then
where?
At the summit.
At the summit.
Yeah,
okay.
on the boardwalk by the little lakes. Our next event, I've asked Tiffany to help with the Adopt a Street program because it's one of our most important programs, and there's so much to it. And so Tiffany's been working hard at it, and if it's all right, I'm going to turn it over to her and let her give y'all an update about the Adopt a Street program, what's coming up with that.
All right.
Excellent.
Yes. Well, my first priority when I first got there, my very first week, Tammy was handling phone calls, and we were spending half an hour trying to search through this information they had to answer questions and see, was this segment adopted? Are they doing what they need to be doing? So I said, you know what, I need to make a document that'll be better suited for her searchabilities that she needs. So I decided to take the old document and put it into a huge spreadsheet and make it much easier to read through, much easier to search through. And then I decided to go ahead and update the information, which has been a task and it's been quite an undertaking. We've got this document that's as old from 2007. It just keep adding on the bottom. So I'm in the process now of actually going out and driving the segments, making sure that they have the right signs if they're supposed to be there. If there's signs there that aren't supposed to be there, taking those down, making sure the right people's names are on the sign so they get credit for the work that they're doing. So I'm in the process now of verifying that information, and in the next couple weeks I'll be actually making phone calls and trying to contact those donors, those Adopt Street participants, to make sure that they're still interested, and then if they're still interested, inviting them to our big fall trash off that we're going to have this fall.
That is wonderful that you're the monitor. Yes, yes.
It's a full-time job, Ms. Ruthie.
Yes, to be the monitor and to see that they know what they're missing if they don't follow the rules.
That's right.
They do a great job, and I personally took 2 days to drive all over Grand Prairie to check the signs, and many of our donors are doing a fantastic job. They're doing a great job. You can tell they take pride in doing it, and it does really make a difference. It really makes a difference when people go out and take care of their neighborhood. But I did want to mention the big fall cleanup we have is called the Fall Trash Off. It's going to be the first Saturday in October historically, so this year it's going to be October 6th. And we encourage all of our Adopt a Street groups to have an early morning cleanup, which can constitute your once a quarter. And we will help facilitate that if you need, if you're out of bags, and just give us a call and we will help you with that. And then we want to invite you to join us for free lunch and a chance to win fun door prizes. And we're going to make it an exciting event, make it worth your while to make Grand Prairie beautiful. So be looking for an invitation if you are a donor and you're still active from me and from Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful about your Adopt a Street.
And the main point of starting this is where? In other words, everybody meets at this place and goes about there, or do they start from their own site?
Well, we prefer that they go to their site, their segment, and do their
Okay.
cleanup individually, and we meet together as a group at our development center.
Okay, I needed that development.
Yes, ma'am,
center.
at 11:30 a.m. for the lunch and the door prizes, and to get to meet everybody and see everybody that's helping you and keep Grand Prairie beautiful.
Yeah.
I do want to mention, though, the landfill is holding a special privilege for us from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Proof of residency of Grand Prairie. You can have unlimited residential solid waste to bring to the landfill for free, as much as you want. So all of your trash from your cleanup, you can bring that, and you can do it for free with proof of Grand Prairie residency, and that's a great help to
And
us.
that's on the 6th?
Yes, that is on the 6th as well, 7:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. So we have this huge event where we can get all the trash, but where do we put it? And the landfill's helping us out.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yes.
And you don't have to haul it yourselves. They could take it and the landfill disposes of it for you.
Yeah, and another thing on that fall trash off is if you're a homeowner and you're inspired by the gentle weather to do a big home cleanup, and you've got some, trash and waste from your backyard or whatever, you can take it to the landfill for free.
For free?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, that's a great. You get two a month, 2 free landfill dumps. I don't like to use the word dump, but
Yeah.
you get to go to the landfill twice a month with your water bill. But sometimes people are taking down fencing and replacing the panels, things that you can't normally put at the curb.
Yeah.
That's what this trash off is designed for, so that we don't see it in the creeks later because they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So it's an exciting contribution by the landfill to clean up Grand Prairie that day. So
the fall trash off belongs to Tiffany.
Yes, I will be spearheading that and contacting as many people as I can in order to get a huge turnout. We'd like to have a really big turnout this year.
Well,
Yes.
with that big spread that you've done with putting everything into a new, invitation to come help, that is a exciting thing for Tammy, I know.
Yep, I got a couple other events I want to throw out here while I've got a few minutes left. Another event that Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful supports, but doesn't actually run, but it's so important, we don't host an event that weekend because it's so important, and we participate, is the fall master composter classes.
Yeah.
Vijit Singh is the city's recycling coordinator. He facilitates this compost class. It's a very important class. If you don't know what to do with your grass and leaves when they can't pick up, especially your grass at the curb, Vijit's program teaches you how to recycle that and turn it into natural fertilizer for your yard. And so that class is going to be on Thursday, October the 11th, and Friday, and then it ends on that Saturday.
In other words, there's 3 days of it?
Yeah, Thursday and Friday in the evening, and Saturday all day. There's a little fee, for Grand Prairie residents, and if you're not in Grand Prairie, you can still take the class. Fee's a little higher, but it's very cheap. Vijit and the solid waste department invest $155 per student, but you're only paying, $25, $35 to take the class. So if you take the class, one of the thoughts is that you will turn in some volunteer hours educating the community about composting. It could be your neighbors, but more importantly, Vijit hosts what we call compost turning parties over at Kirby Creek, where they manufacture compost for the gardens there. And so he needs a support system. He's got a good one, but he needs more volunteers. So it's really a thing of great esteem to me to go all the way and become a master composter. So we've actually even paid some of the graduates to help us with other things. So you can become a professional composter. Something to think about. And then we are building a new community garden in South Grand Prairie. I've been asked so long to do it at Cross Point Christian Church.
Yes.
On Barden Road.
Yes.
At I-20. And
they're excited about this.
yeah, Billy Clark.
Billy Clark's
and other
going
members,
wild.
Yeah, other members of the church have been so generous to contribute things to get it started. We've got a couple of Eagle Scout projects. That's going to be the rest of October and early November, building that garden. 56 beds. 11 of them are going to be triple high for people with disabilities, and a huge row garden area. We've already started making compost, so it's an exciting thing.
I've got to stop the music
Okay.
for 1 minute or two to bring some of the things that we need to put
Okay.
right in the middle of your report.
Okay.
Is that acceptable to you today?
It is.
If it is, then this is my opportunity to bring you some special announcements with Tammy's permission. Thank you very much. First of all, quarter horse racing begins, and that sounds like a little far off the list, but they help Grand Prairie in many ways in their beautification also. And the races are going to be on September the 14th on a Saturday. So mark your calendar and look up and find a way to come to at least one of the races so that you can help all of the things that are happening in Grand Prairie come up with a balance. Next, library book sales coming about for the fall, and the fall book sale is going to be on Tuesday, and that's October the 16th, and this is for members. And if you're not a member, come that night and join, and you'll have every opportunity to have first choice of the library books that are going to be on sale. That's a wonderful happening in Grand Prairie, Texas. There are many other things that I could talk about, but we're so excited about beautification and everything else. We've got to get back to Tammy, so with your permission, that is the best we can do, other than if you want to send in your photographs of the year to put on the calendar for next year for Amy Sprinkles, then we'll call us at 972-237-8140, and that'll get you in the list, and you'll be so pleased to have something that you've done on the calendar for next year. And now back to Tammy. Miss Tammy?
I do have a couple more events. Thank
Okay,
you.
let's go. Go
okay.
for broke.
A new event for us. It's a brand new holiday. It's not an official national holiday, but it is to us. And it's World Food Day. And Miss Ruthie, you need to put that on your calendar.
And it is what?
World Food Day.
World Food Day.
Yeah, and it just celebrates and educates about the needs to have access to fresh fruits and vegetables for everyone.
And gardens and everything else that you do to make that happen.
Yeah, so that's October 24th, and in celebration of that, the Uptown is partnering with us to allow us to screen a movie created called a Community of Gardens, or a Community of Gardeners. And it is a heartfelt film about the impact for people in participating in a community garden. So it's going to be great. So we'll hope you'll come to that at the Uptown. It's going to be at 7 p.m. in the evening. It's free too, so come on out. And then on the weekend of October 27th and 28th, we're teaching our fall shade makers class.
Okay.
And you can get a free tree for your front yard in Grand Prairie. We don't want you taking out to Lake Palestine.
No.
I've had people ask that. The trees are for planting in Grand Prairie, and they're beautiful.
And Susan Henson will send you to jail if you take a tree and plant it in some other city or some other place.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the trees we give are 10 gallons at least.
Yes.
And we actually take you to a nursery, teach you how to pick them out, and you can get your own free tree.
You have only 1.5 minutes.
Okay. I also want to mention that in November we've got an e-waste collection event. If you've got electronic waste,
yes.
it's free. Usually you have to pay for this stuff. It's November 17th at the Development Center from 9 to 2. No reservation required. You can bring all your stuff. Miss Ruthie, can I give my contact information?
Yes.
Okay. It's the email is kgpb@gptx.org. And the website is www.kgpb.org. And the phone number is 972-237-8152. So if you have any questions about the events that we've mentioned today, you can reach us at those sites.
And I'll put you on the prayer list, and I'm going to put a double prayer list out for Tiffany with all of the things that she has coming down the pike. And I want to thank y'all for being here today. This is wonderful. It's almost embarrassing to do 2 programs about Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful, but it's necessary. Thank you very much, Tammy.
Thank you.
And God bless you too. Wonderful, Tiffany. It's great to have you with us, and thank you all for the time that you give. And just help Mr. Don Johnson, that is the one that makes you all look gorgeous and everything in this new set, and thank him for all of the things that he does. And this is Ruthie Jackson reminding you that it is still happening in Grand Prairie. Thank you for watching our show. God bless Texas, and God bless Grand Prairie, Texas, and America.